Do you feel that using your Facebook personal profile is just there for you to build deeper connections and deeper relationships with your loved ones and friends? Or do you see and feel that you can actually generate a six-figure income and a multiple six-figure income just using your Facebook profile itself? Feel free to let me know your answer in the comments below. But in today's video, we're going to be diving into this topic and much, much more. And in future videos specific to this channel itself, this is what we're all about here. So if you want to learn more about how you can build a multiple six-figure business using your Facebook profile and using just a Facebook account without paying for advertising itself, be sure to click the subscribe button so you're not missing out on any future content that we drop. But in today's video, we're gonna be talking about how to go out and get your first initial clients and get clients in general using your Facebook profile and not paying for any paid advertising. All right, so diving into today's video, before you do anything, before we talk about really the big picture behind how to make this Facebook organic and Facebook profile work for you in generating you six figures and beyond, let's start by talking about how you can capitalize on your Facebook following right now to start making sales happen straight away. So many of you all have a Facebook account now or have some sort of social media account now as we speak with some sort of following. The very best place to start is to start with the low-hanging fruit, the people that already trust you, that already follow you, that have already been aware of you before, that you can go out and connect with to talk about how you can benefit them itself. So the first place for you to start to generate some quick wins right off the bat is to focus on the low-hanging fruit, the people that have followed you for some time, that have interacted with your previous content, that have been a follower on your page, that already have some trust built up before we talk about bringing new prospects in and replenishing the pipeline as a whole. This is a great place to get some first initial wins. The next step from here I want to talk about is how to go out and find new prospects for your business right now. And that begins with the power of Facebook itself and using your Facebook profile. That's by going to these, what I like to call target Facebook groups, or groups where your target audience is hanging out at. So for example, if you are an online fitness coach, what you can do is go out and start searching for groups around moms who lift, moms who are in fitness, or women's fitness groups, depending on whether you're targeting females or whether you're targeting males or whether you're targeting moms, whoever your ideal client is itself. Go out and find some keywords to start searching keywords around this particular target audience and start by selecting some core groups to go to answer questions in those groups, to add friends from those groups, and to publish content in those groups. What this is going to do is create floods of traffic and people heading back to your Facebook profile to check out your content, to see what you're all about, where they can start to plant that seed and see really what you can do for them and how you can benefit them. And that's where you can step in and start building that trust further, nurturing them and converting them into a lead as they start to become more familiar with you itself. Now I want to talk to you about how all this starts to connect together and how you can really build an ecosystem that constantly moves people from cold to warm to hot. So you're always keeping your pipeline full of hot opportunities for you to make sales on and grow your business with. So when we look at this organic ecosystem map here that I put together for you, what we're illustrating in the top left is what I just mentioned in tip number 2. As you're going out to these target Facebook groups, as you're going out to ads where your target audience is engaging with, as you are adding these friends that interact on these posts, that interact in these groups, and you interact with them, once they become a friend on your profile, they are now entering your organic ecosystem, what I like to call. Now, what we teach is our ACC authentic attraction method that constantly moves your new prospects that enter your ecosystem from being cold to warm to hot into a paying customer itself. Now, we're not going to get too deep into the different post types that I have listed here, but what this is illustrating here with these 3 boxes is basically 3 different post types: value-based content, belief-shifting content, and lead generation content. So as you're getting new prospects into your ecosystem, these 3 post types are constantly moving and nurturing your leads, taking them from being someone that's unfamiliar with you and doesn't know you, to someone that likes you and trusts you, to someone that's actually open to hearing about how you can benefit them, their business, or however you benefit them with your services itself. With that final element, that lead gen content, this is where once you get this ecosystem in place, you can start generating leads and paying clients on demand through this itself, because your value-based and belief-shifting content is nurturing your prospects. It's moving, it's building that trust. That belief-shifting content is showing them that you have an understanding of where they're at in their journey, what they're feeling stuck on, how you can help them, making them aware of problems that they're experiencing. And now when you put out that lead generation or offer content, this is where you're taking that nurtured lead that's starting to warm up and getting them to raise their hand in your post and saying, hey, I'm interested in this freebie that you have to offer, or I'm interested in this paid thing that you have to offer. because it sounds like it will benefit me. And at this point, this is where lead gen can start to become much, much easier, much more efficient, and much more predictable, because you're getting a larger influx of people showing direct interest to you on your content. And it is what I like to call a two-step post, where you have a post that has a second action tied to it, telling people to comment below, comment this certain term below to get the details or to get the info or to get the free thing. And this allows you to create much easier messenger and sales conversations with people that actually have intent, with people that actually want to hear from you itself. This is where we're all trying to circle back to the main central point of a messenger conversation. The power of Facebook Messenger, using your Facebook profile, and using Messenger as a whole, is the fact that open rates are insanely high. It's very personal, very easy to connect with people that are directly within your target audience itself. And especially if you're selling high ticket products, there's no easier way to genuinely connect with someone, bridge the gap, build trust, and create the opportunity than using Facebook Messenger itself. Not to mention the open rates that I just mentioned before. So the end goal through this ecosystem, through this lead gen two-step content that I just mentioned, and getting comments to come in to create more high intent interest from larger amounts of people, is to create that easier messenger conversation where they can then enter into your sales process. Either you closing the sale directly in Messenger, or perhaps you jumping and getting them on a phone call and then closing the sale on the call itself. Now, as you start to get this ecosystem in place and you start to be able to move prospects from cold to warm to hot, and you're having a pipeline that stays continuously full week after week. Along with that as well, even as you're working to get to that point, you want to make sure that you're being proactive in creating opportunities when you need to itself. So if your content isn't serving you right now to the point where it's bringing in leads on demand, then that means it's time to go out and be proactive and create opportunities yourself. Just like we talked about with tip number 1, and capitalizing on that low-hanging fruit of people that follow you, that interact with your stuff and trust you, and reaching out to them, same goes here with tip number 4. When leads are not coming into your business through your content, it's up to you to go out and connect with people, be proactive, and create opportunities. This can come from following up with those initial people in tip number 1 that you reached out to that are interacting with your content, and checking to see if they replied to you last, circling back to them, giving them a follow-up message, letting them know, hey, just bumping this to the top of your inbox in case you missed this message, or asking them if they simply got your message itself. Because sometimes people get busy, they miss the message, or they see it and they had to jump and go do something else. Many times people are worried that they're going to be too pushy by following up, but one simple follow-up message and nudge towards them to say, hey, look, I shot you this message, just want to make sure you got it, is a great way to circle back, create some more intent, get the conversation to get back moving again, and create that opportunity itself. So in this tip, we're going to talk about a short form post that you can deploy today, both either within your Facebook profile, within your Facebook group, or better yet, on your Facebook stories itself. Facebook stories are an ever-growing trend right now that really is a great way to capture attention of your audience and to throw out some right hooks within your content to grab that attention and create easier conversations. Because remember, and circling back here before we dive into this tip, when we're putting out content, we're using this to nurture our audience, to build trust, and then we're putting out right hooks or two-step posts within our content itself to get them to raise their hand, to capture their attention, and to move into a more simple messenger conversation with actual intent going into the conversation itself, aka speaking to someone that actually wants to hear from you and not just relying on cold outreach. So a great way to leverage this and to get some intent conversations going today is to put out a post on your profile, in your group, or on your story, calling out your ideal clients and your target audience, calling out an outcome that you can help them achieve, and calling out a pain that you know that they want to escape itself. So within this first post here to the left, this states opening up a new case study group for 5 people next month who want to work with me to launch and scale to 6 figures. So again, this is a post that came from after I achieved this outcome, where I can then had a systemized process in place to show others how to do the same. Put up this post showing that this is exclusive for 5 people. So it creates some exclusivity and scarcity within the content for someone to want to check out what's going on with this. Number 2, it's tied to an outcome that I know that many of my ideal clients want to achieve. Number 3, since I've been in this space for some time and actually achieved this outcome, I know that this is likely going to get comments from people that have followed along with me, seen my journey in going from scratch to a 6-figure business, and now that they see this opportunity is here, they may raise their hand and want to learn how they can do the same. This particular post generated over 5K within the first 48 hours itself. Very simple post that really was a great way to capture attention, create interest, create intent, create the conversation, and from there fall back onto the proven sales process to qualify that prospect itself, turn it into a sales opportunity, and then convert it into a paying customer and close client. Now, if you want some help getting this entire system in place, making my Facebook six-figure organic ecosystem your own, understanding all the types of content that constantly move leads from cold to warm to hot, nurturing them and driving leads on demand from that point, along with my exact step-by-step messenger framework to take those leads and convert them into sales opportunities and close sales itself, I encourage you to click the link in the bio, check out my Post to Close workshop. We have a few spots left with the offer that we have going on right now to over-deliver and help you guys really not only earn your investment back as quickly as possible, but take this framework, make it your own, and turn it into a 10K a month, six-figure business right here on your Facebook profile. A couple other relevant videos that I think will be really beneficial to you guys following what we chatted about in this video today. So if you haven't already, be sure to click the subscribe button before you go so you're not missing out on any future content that we drop around Facebook organic or around building a six-figure business itself. And along with that, check out these videos here that we have linked for you at the end to get some more value around this topic and to start building out your six-figure ecosystem and building a six-figure business leveraging your Facebook profile. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon before you go, and we will see you on the next video.